Hello paper crafters, I have a new video for you. This is a memory box floral release just in time for spring to get you some spring florals going. The first one right here is called Dancing Tulips, and these will be a memory box release, and I'll go flip it over to the back. This is number 98295 and the die is 1.3 by 3.8 inches. Now with this release you can leave it flat and have these lovely tulips, or we can add some dimension, which I know a lot of you like to do, by adding this die to this one. This die, you layer these petals upon each other, and you don't have to do it with foam or anything, just layering them upon each other with glue creates a really nice dimension, and you will see that in this release. Sigrid Warren did this release. Hi Siggy! And she did a beautiful job of demonstrating this. Now this die is number 98317 and it's called Tulip Petals, and it does go on top of this one, so that's just something interesting there for you to know. Now the next die has already been very popular. This die, this is an older release, and that's my fault. I apologize for taking so long to get it out to you. This is the Prim Poppy, and I'm sure you have seen a lot of beautiful cards made with this die already, and if you've been waiting to get it, now's the time. Memory Box does retire their dies, and I'm getting a lot of people emailing me for the dies that have been retired, and they're scrambling around for them. So if you really like a Memory Box die, my advice to you is get it. Don't wait on them. Because once Dave or his wife Monica retire it, it's gone. So there we go. And on the back we have Prim Poppy number 98310, and this is 1.6 by 4.9 inches. Okay, our next one, Clover, but they call it Wild Blooms, and I think to me it looks like a clover die. Now I want to point out the difference about this die is this die cuts out kind of like the negative image. You can see these little pieces are not connected, so it cuts out the holes, which is an effect I really like in dies. I like the negative of dies, so when a die is made to show the negative, I really like it. Siggy did a great job of showing you what you can do with this die using the negative and the positive pieces, so you kind of will get a really good idea how to make this die work. This die has been popular as well already. This is number 98315 and it's 2.4 by 3.7 inches. The next one is my favorite. It is called Cherry Blossom. I love cherry blossoms. My mom had a beautiful cherry blossom tree when we lived back in New Hampshire. Boy, was that tree gorgeous when it was in full bloom. And this is a dimensional die, meaning it will be raised, and it has this little tag here to go under to cup the flower and make it dimensional, and then the stamen, and then the center of the stamen. And this is, you will really like this die if you get it. If you like dimensionals, you will enjoy this one. It is number 98316, and the biggest dimension on that is 1.5 by 1.5 inches. And the last one in this release right here, this is Honey Blossom Sprig, and Honey Blossom, as Siggy told me, honey blossom is any flower that bees are attracted to. So make this what flower you will. I thought it was good to go with this release because it's a nice filler die. It's good for backgrounds, and it's also good for your dimensional dies to kind of maybe glue it down at the end here and let this kind of loose, kind of like a vase of flowers, how you have baby's breath. I kind of look at this as kind of like a baby's breath die. It just kind of adds that filler you might need, or a background. This is a larger die. It is 4.9 by 3.2 inches. And it is number 983333. So there we go. I'm going to go into the release. Like I said, this release was done by Sigrid Warren, and Siggy does wildlife rehabilitation, and that's her job. She does that. It's a labor of love. She does not make any money on that. And if anything, they come up short trying to care for the animals because there's medications involved and food and veterinarians, and Siggy pretty much tries to care for them as much as she can herself. but there's a lot of expense there. So if any of you would like to donate to Siggy's cause, and there's lots of ways you can donate, either giving her some of your items to sell on her Etsy site, or another thing you can do to help Siggy out is on her Etsy site buy something, because that money goes back to her little critters. And this little guy right here is Tubby, with the little cast on his little squirrel leg there, and she has a story about Tubby on her blog, which is so just heartwarming to see that story. Tubby is adorable. So I want to direct you to Siggy's blog, and if you have if you're a fan of the wildlife, please feel free to help her out. So here we see that the dye she used here was the Honey Blossom Sprig, and she said when she did the Honey Blossom Sprig, she overlaid the blossoms with wax paper and specialty pink paper right here. Kind of, it looks to me like parchment paper, and she did that to give it some dimension and a different look and a wispy feel. And she also used this background right here. If you love that, that is Cherry Lynn dye DL141, which I do have. And then she also used a crisscross embossing pattern in the background and added a photo. So she cut out these honey blossom sprigs in different colors, and then cut them off like the blooms and added the different colors onto the sprig, which really makes a sweet card. And you could use any color combination you like to do that. Whatever you prefer, you could do to make. If you like purples and pinks, or you want to do a black and white card, or you want to do a red, you can do it whatever you want, because there's, colors of flowers are pretty much of the rainbow, so you can do what you want. But I just want to show how nicely that cuts. Okay, we're going to go to the next one, which is really, as promised, the way to use the dye in a bunch of different elements. And that is let me just get that better for you. That's the Wild Blossoms, which I think looks like clover. And she took the Wild Blossoms, and this is how they cut here. This is the negative. So this is how it will cut on your paper. Then she cut out a little bit of the around a negative that she did in white, and she added these green pieces to overlap them. I think she actually cut out a white piece around it and then added the green. So now we have the positive and a background that she cut out. She might have used a stencil like this one, is laid it over and applied them, or did it by eye, because Siggy has a good eye. She might have been able to do it that way. Then this is the piece that it cut out the negative here, and she cut around it with another color underneath it. So there's 3 different ways here on one card, which gives a really nice effect when you look at it. But it's a cool way to show the diversity of the dye all at once. So thank you, Siggy, for doing that. It really helps to show what that dye can do. And if you're interested, this right here is a memory box die. It is 98341 right here. It's a fern dye, and I can special order that for you. I may have that in stock. I know a few people have special ordered it, and I might have some extra. But if not, I can always order you one. And I do have a memory box release dye order going out this weekend, so I can get it. I'll make sure a few of those are in stock when I put my order out. And then I can always special order anything you like, as long as I can still get it. So there's that beautiful card. And then, oh, let me just show inside. She did the inside of the card too with some stamping, and right there. I just want to show you that. Oh, and I didn't show you the inside of Tubby's card right here. She did, I believe that's a Martha Stewart punch, and with a saying in the center. Okay, and then this card is just gorgeous. I love what she did with this card. Here's the poppy, and she used the poppy dye, and she cut it out of crepe paper, which gives it this really neat texture. I'm just going to zoom in so you can really see the texture that that crepe paper gives the poppies. They kind of really looks like that fluttery appearance that you see poppies when you see them from a distance. So she used the poppy, the Prim Poppy number 98310 that we're selling for this release, and she just cut several pieces of crepe paper and kept gluing them on top of each other to give the dimension, and it gives a really cool effect. I love this card. And we'll just open it up. And there is the inside. And then this, I love this, but I told you this was my favorite die, so it's not surprising that I really like this plaque that she made. So she made this cherry blossoms plaque, and it is gorgeous. And on it are the cherry blossom dies that I told you, 98316, that end up being dimensional. And here you can just see how dimensional they are and how pretty they look. And also this butterfly, if you're interested, that's DL113. I do have that in stock. That's a cherry lin die. And also she said that she colored it with the Sakura glitter pens, is how she got that nice shiny butterfly. And this is a plaque that she bought from Michael's, and she said that she decided after much debate that she decided to leave it plain to not deter from the flowers, and I think that was a good choice. So I am just going to zoom in so you can really see the dimension involved in these cherry blossoms, and I'm going to show you there. You can just see how they stand out and what a stunning effect that is on the plaque. It's just so pretty. And the leaves there, the leaves were done, she cut those out with one of her electronic cutters too. And again, visit her blog, the directions will be there. And of course, if you want one of these, just see Siggy. I'm sure she'll make you up one. Okay, and the one more thing that Siggy made, this right here, isn't that gorgeous? This is called her surprise box, and she used a lot of dies in here. The front cover that we're looking at here is Cherry Lin frame 134, the Enchanted Forest, and that's this deco kind of border here. That is again frame 134. I have that in stock. It's a gorgeous, this is a gorgeous frame. I'm surprised it hasn't sold more than it has, because it just adds anything to a rectangular card. It's very nice, especially for those of you who like to make the bigger cards. That is a gorgeous border. And then she also used the Cherry Lin DL141, is this right here. That's part of the Dainty Dutch Deco frame. It's the insert in the frame, so this will be part of that set. And again, Cherry Lin DL141, and I should have that in stock as well. And this box opens up, and I'm gonna turn it because I think I have it upside down. We'll see in a minute. Oh, I had it right side up. And she velcroed it, and you open it up to this beautiful box. So see, it just opens up to this surprise in the center, and it's such a surprise. It's so gorgeous. On this one flap here, I'm just gonna scoot this over, and we're gonna concentrate on this for a minute. This beautiful sunshine. I no longer carry the geo dies because you have to order so many to get to stock them, and it's just hard because now that they're older, I'm not selling them as much. But Spellbinders and Nellie Snellen are making some new geotype in Sear folder dies, and I can get those for you, so you can substitute something for that. But what I want to really draw attention to is these tulips, because that's what we're selling in this release, and we do have those for the moment, and just how nicely these tulips look. So we've got the dimension that you can see that we added with that dimensional die there, and let me see if I can get it in a little bit more so you can really see how that, yeah, there, that's good right there, to see how that just makes it look like a tulip with the petals opening. And then we have the beautiful tulip leaves, and these go over the edges like that. This is a grass border. That is a Cherry Lynn die that I can get. I have some in stock. It's B126. I have a few grass borders. I have the new Joy Crafts grass borders, a few other companies. I always buy grass borders because I love the grass borders, all different ones. I just like the effect of adding a little grass to a scene. It really can complete it. So you can see there how beautiful that is. And then we're going to go to the other side here and see there are some more. And you can see that, and I'll pan out now. Oops, that's panning in. And there you go, you can kind of see that. So the continuity of the box. And then there is the center here of this beautiful scene with the Dutch windmill, my little thing from my blog, the little Labrador Retriever there, and the fence, the picket fence, and then the field of tulips in the background. That is so, you see that in Holland. So if you're looking for some of these, the picket fence is B123. It's a Cherry Lynn die, and I do have that in stock. The tree stamp is just a stamp of a tree that she had from her stash. Any tree stamp or die will do, and that's in the background right there. And then the tulips, of course, are the tulips we're selling in this release. The tulips, you want to use both the 98295 dancing tulips and the 98317 tulip petals. And she said that let's see, Marianne LR0191 is the post-it right here, not post-it, post that she added my little sign to. And then she made the windmill out of pieces of wood that she bought at Michael's. If you're interested in how she did that, you can visit her blog or ask Siggy. Or what I do is, if you really, really like that for somebody, I'd ask Siggy to make you one and buy it from her. So there you go, everybody. It's such a gorgeous, gorgeous release. And she even did things in the corners here. And she made this box out of cardstock paper, but you can also use boxes that you have that are nice boxes and kind of recycle them. Some of my design teams have done that before. So all of this can be found on her blog, or if it's not up there yet, because you know my designers, it does take them a while to get these creations up to their liking as well, just drop her an email. She'll help you out. Most of you can figure out things kind of on your own anyway. You just need the inspiration. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this release. I hope you are going to leave the video, go to your craft room or craft area, and make something. Take care, everyone. Happy spring. Bye-bye.